Once again, new teams coming to the top, rising to the occasion. And what we once thought was Nomia with a clean, easy option to those grand finals every single time is now being met with a lot more competition, the likes of Darksided in Season 3. And now we just saw NMD in the previous series actually take down Darksided. So what usually was a foregone conclusion has now become a lot more spicy. And you like a bit of spice in your life.
I really do, Skimmy. Thanks for, pointing that out, because I'm all about the spice life. I'm a bit of the spice queen.
Maybe you're a spice girl.
Yes, the original spice. I love that. But on the side of Crimson Esports as well, they are also a new team that has come together. They've put in a lot of work together, and it is showing. They are currently, I believe, at a LAN cafe together, and they have been boot camping. So great stuff. This is exactly how Darksided also really brought themselves to the next level. So by competing in this, they're giving themselves a bit of a feel for the competition that's due to kick off quite soon, I believe. Is it going to be next week or the week after? Season 4, let's go.
Yeah, the 9th of August is when Season 4 kicks off, so it's awesome to see that both of these teams are taking it quite seriously, and just the evolution of a young scene which doesn't really get as much love as the major regions, but still can punch on and hold its weight, especially with how Nomia performed overseas in recent times. But talking about the matchup here, we have Anubrak and Malthael both banned away on Towers of Doom. Crimson Esports on the right-hand side, instantly locking in with a Genji. And based on that skin choice, you have to imagine that's Altivian playing it.
You're saying because it's the weeb skin?
I'm not saying anything.
So good. We have seen NMD. They are not afraid to bring out things such as the Lost Vikings, who was almost their ace up the sleeve. So whether they'll bring him out again, let's wait and see. But opening up with the Stitches Greymane, giving nothing away, pairing those two together quite nicely. Stitches grabs, Greymane then pounces, dishes all the damage. Hopefully get a kill. Let's throw an Uther in there as well for good measure. But no, look at this. Great denial of picks by Crimson, and as well bolsters their own lineup with that Arthas and Uther, giving them that much-needed crowd control, that much-needed lockdown for Genji.
Yeah, Genji, Arthas, and Uther, such a strong three-man. That into anything can just really work quite well. And what I was going to really talk about, NMD, the last time they played this map and they ran with Stitches, they ran for Medivh as well. Now, the filthy combo that you can do is the Gorge with the Blink, and you just gorge him into your towers and say, see you later. So a composition which is all about that team fight, much the same as what we saw last game we're trying to predict. They just take it away. What they are going to do is ban away the Abathur as well, but I'm really curious if they do go for that Medivh route again.
I'd like to see that, to be honest. I think it would be hilarious. So Stitcher just gorging, going to the portal, and you just, what's that we've been saying today? You're just off in Narnia all of a sudden. You don't even know where your team is, and they cannot bail you out. A lot of what we were seeing went wrong when Darksided were playing these Stitches was that Sasha, he was getting the hooks on targets such as Malfurion or Malthael, and it wasn't having the desired effect, or even Diablo. It just was not having the desired effect. But if you can take them so far away that there's really no response from the team, that's going to be a surefire kill. That's surefire going to be your ticket to that all-desirable 5v4 for your team.
What I want to know is if Crimson are thinking along the same wavelengths as myself. Have they done their homework, or do they even fear it? What they do fear is the TLV. Ooh. That's the cheese that they're scared of even more. And that just suggests to me, look, we think we're a better team than you. The only thing that we're scared of is cheese. So by taking that away, they're saying we just want to go for that straight 5v5. On that sort of tier, we can definitely beat you.
Respect ban, but that means Falstad is still up. Physics has played Falstad quite similarly. Illidan as well is still up. If they want to do that sort of pushing tactic, Zul as well, quite popular on this map. So there still is a lot of push heroes available. Instead, they want to really flesh out the rest of their roster, get that Malfurion, secure the Lunara as well. So putting high precedence on getting these targets. Lunara, she can dish out a lot of that poison, make Uther's job of healing quite difficult, if you would. So smart choice.
And let's talk about this. I mean, Malfurion is locked in again. Lahal's been having so much success, not only on this role with this new team, but also that hero in particular. Lovely to see it once again, and just does so much work against the dive composition. And many will be thinking, but hey, he has no cleanse against all that CC, be it Arthas and Uther. Does not really matter. When they had to try and fold on you and collapse upon you, very predictable for that Twilight Dream. And not only that, even just the route itself to try and slow down that advancement. And with that final slot being left open, I'm still gunning for that Medivh.
Absolutely. Let's see. I mean, they will leave the best for last. It's all about revealing that final trump card at the end there. And Lahal's always been an interesting guy. I mean, let's touch on him. We always joked, as we said, about the poison heroes. He picks one thing and he tries to perfect it, whether it be the Nazeeba, whether it be the Lunara. Is Malfurion his new one trick?
Well, potentially. I say you can play it like a druid, like a boom chicken. He still feels like he's a DPS, but he's offering some support to his friends. Those are some sweet, sincere words. But Tigers and Dahaka are the final picks. They ban away the Aberfurt. They ban away the TLV. They then lock in Dahaka. So they've got that global pressure to work with them. Potentially the isolation to lock down a key target. Mainly, I'm looking at Greymane. But this final pick, I've said Medivh. But let's draft some other ideas. What potentially else could work? I mean, you've still got the idea of a double support with Oriel to combine with the Lunara for extra support. The Aegis interrupting that one shot that will come out potentially. Or maybe even just a double tank again with the likes of Leoric.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's either going to be double support or double tank. And I was thinking perhaps even Diablo, if they wanted to add even more CC. Say if they're going to do that disgusting combo, if they don't go that Medivh, it'll really help in just, I guess, slowing down the advance. Because what we were seeing on the side of Team Crimson, they're going to look for that Howling Blast or get that stun to really open them up and then collapse. But they've opted for the push instead, getting that Zul. So I'd say that's a smart choice on a map like this. Push is often overlooked on a map like this. It can really, really punish you, Skimmy.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's a direct response to the Dahaka to make sure they can mirror and match the pressure he's going to output. But not only that, with this new reworked Zul, he's definitely a fearful threat when it comes to the team fights now. Not as much of a squishy noodle, chucking out a few skeleton spears and some few skeletons to pop up in your face and go, okay, and shrug them off.
Yeah.
Poison Nova was what was chosen last time. You'd imagine it's the same again with a very similar sort of setup. They're all going to be coming towards you. You've got the Twilight Dream, the Poison Nova to spread across them as well. Add that to Lunara, and there's a lot of ticking damage.
It depends on the player. Also depends on the build. I mean, like I was saying, if you are favoring that Curse Strikes, you want the Skeletal Mages. Or, I mean, if you can get your team to do the same, that's fine. You don't have to spec into it. But the idea is you lock them up so that they can take the full brunt of it. And that's really where a lot of your damage will come out. Poison Nova, as you said, is if you're going to get collapsed upon. So if you got that Genji on you, yeah. I mean, we saw it work quite nicely on, Sky Temple. So let's see what Hiccup opts for this time around.
Game number 2, this time on Towers of Doom, with NMD currently leading the series in this best of 3, 1-0. And let's introduce them. They are on your screen right now. In the blue, it's Hiccup playing Zul, Penta on Stitches, Lahal playing Malfurion, Physics on Greymane, and Lunara played by none other than Ninja.
And on the red side, we've got Team Crimson with Azure on Tychus, Moondruid playing Uther, Leica on Arthas, Altivian on Genji, and Jesmez playing Dahaka.
Let's see what the boys can do. They will drop down to the lower bracket, I believe. If they do lose this one, they will have one final chance. Whoever does lose the series will be facing off against Darksided. Always a fun time as these tournaments progress on through, as the stakes get that much higher.
Oh, the day's been full of upsets, full of surprises, and it's made for great viewing all around. So let's keep up the momentum. Swift is the win, being taken up by Genji, not opting into that Shuriken build, feeling, I guess, confident. You generally go that build if you're feeling confident that you can get the kills with Swift Strike.
Absolutely. It's been a bit of a debate as to what the best build is in so many different regions with different ideas and different play styles to boot. Jesmez is in the top lane. You can see Altivian just out of your screen, out of vision anyway for Physics as well. Looking for the rotation, looking for the collapse upon if that drag connects, and it does indeed. And Altivian swift as the wind, like you mentioned, jumps across, comes in, but Physics strolls away.
Jumps in, jumps out. It's more about sending a message. And instead he just goes for the lane. A bit of an action-packed bottom lane here with 4 members on the side of NMD looking to push up.
And the anti-synergy in the bot lane, don't worry, nobody's seen that as the root does not connect and the hook point blank hits thin air. But this is Penta just warming up the guns.
He is. I love it. It's just, you've got to send a message, Skimmy. That's all it's about. Get those nervous shots out of the way and then get ready for the main event. Invade here.
For the next battle, as they would say in Tekken, but we're not playing Tekken. We're playing Heroes of the Storm, and what they are doing is pretty explosive. They're going to go for the Sappers. Beautifully timed for this first altar phase. It'll be interesting to see how they try and go for the stack, given that the global is in favor of Crimson.
Oh, 4 is just around the corner for NMD as well. With Team Crimson not too far behind. They can also pick it up. But that altar phase is going to be interesting. Look at how everyone's positioned. The only member missing is Physics in that top lane, who's happily soaking.
Going for the collapse once again. Leica copying a lot of abuse, and Ninja with the ziggity zag, as we've coined it. Juking between Jesmez's drag tongue. Does apply a lot of pressure with ticking damage. Not only that, but also the poison, allowing him to control with the slow.
Look at this, interesting. In the scrap up between Ultivian and Physics at top, they've instead just decided to call it quits and just capture each other's altars.
Yeah, they've gone for Stitches here, who went a little bit too deep too early on and at a bit of a disadvantage with that brute force. Will lose to the ideals of both a Tahaka and an Arthas, but the damage is slowly trickling across. Tychus now is the next target in favor. The altar was not picked up. Standard stuff in the top lane with both being exchanged. All eyes in the bot lane though as they pick up both their sappers and the altar, and now looking to try and establish that bell tower.
That was well and truly won by NMD in the bottom lane. I'm not sure why Ninja's just accidentally aggroing that front wall and just being like, why me? Out of all this. And by escorting the sappers in, they get that healthy chunk of experience with the front wall pretty much gone now. Ultivian's struggling as Genji. Doesn't have the best wave clear. I often meme about it. It's definitely true. He's just a hero killing hero.
A hero killing hero. You heard it here first.
Yeah. It's been one of those days.
Analysis of a top tier player.
I love it when he does the things. Leica here, looking to start something, misses the Howling Blast, still going deep onto Lahal.
Looking to go for Lahal, looking to take a crucial component of their success right now, and he's got him locked in place. He's looking to chase on upon Ninja in the backside, looking to try and apply some pressure of his own, but that's the team fight they're after, and those are the picks that they get. 3 people drop on down there. Howling Blast connects, maybe looking for the quad kill, and they get it! And Ultivian styling on Ninja.
Oh, beautifully executed by Crimson there. They pushed themselves to the limits. All of them were so low, but Leica knew what he was capable of this time around. It was none of that. He was just trying so hard last game as Diablo to get those kills, and they were just not happening. Onto was it Hiccup playing the Genji? Yes.
What are you talking about from last game?
From last game, onto when Leica kept collapsing upon Genji and just could not make it happen.
Such
deflect
an
too much.
Hero.
Yeah.
So
Just gets slow, pops the deflect, and just soaks up so much damage, dishing it back to you. Altars are now up. There's now going to be a Sapper pushing on the side of NMD, and this is going to be the fight that they're looking to win.
Comparatively speaking, Crimson with a much more comfortable composition with the point-and-click stuns, the point-and-click follow-up as well. And once again, Leica just runs through, tanking the world. Does not matter if he has the army dead or not, because he's looking to try and put some people in the dead. Because right now, Malfurion is gone again, the first pick to start things off with. And they are looking to establish themselves with a healthy lead. Level 8 has been achieved by them. 5 minutes into this game, a much cleaner game, really. First pick working in their favor, despite the map pick in favor of NMD.
NMD are also 8 shots up in terms of how healthy their core is, so they are leading the charge. And it's really just been Physics on his own little island in the top lane. It's almost like Physics is just going to be the one that soaks up for their team, just never leaves the top lane.
It's like he's a contestant on Survivor Tales of the Dome. He's been sent to exile, and he's all about that sapper life, and he's just clearing, he's pushing, he's saying, look, at the end of the day, the core is all that counts. Does not matter if we're losing skirmishes or even team fights. As long as your core is 0, that's all that we are focused on. And Stitches, once again, gets collapsed upon in the bot lane.
I mean, 6.5k experience contributed to the team, and on the side of Jesmis, he's given 5.1k. So really, Physics has just been immovable in that lane, where we've seen Jesmis pop in and pop out to try and burrow in and help secure some kills for his team.
So as this game does progress on, both these teams actually scale quite nicely. Ideally, you're looking at the likes of both Tychus and Genji, but mainly on the side of Lunara and Greymane. They will start to shred and instantly take members out of the fight, but next Altar Phase will spawn in 25 seconds. Both teams so close to level 10, this is when the fun starts to begin.
Absolutely. With 10 now being picked up on the side of Crimson, they'll be looking to see if they can find a fight. It doesn't look like they'll be able to before NMD can also get level 10, and it'll be even footing. Odin and Divine Shield being the go-to choices, as well as Dragon Blade and Adaptation being, I guess, the talking points of what did we think they were going to pick for their heroics.
Get ready for the Divine Blade. Such a disgusting combo. So frustrating. Better than a Divine Cow. Get your milk, get your calcium, but also get your kills. Looking once again, Leica in the front lane. Pops the goals, jumps straight into the back line, and Lahal does not get the Divine Shield. He does at the very last second, but the Twilight Dream came across first as Malfurion drops again. Easy pickings every single time, and the Frozen Temper's just locking in Penta. He does full. Odin in the backline, pumping on hard. They get a triple kill for their efforts, looking for the quad. Hiccup gets the shield at the very last second, interrupts Ultivian's flare. But they are starting to style on these members and starting to get themselves back into the score.
That was beautifully done. As you said, The Divine Blade is scary stuff to be able to deal against, and Moondruid just knowing exactly when to use it. Not too early, not too late, just at the right time when Ultivian was going to take the brunt of the damage. So well done there by Moondruid. I mean, supports can often be so overlooked, we always say. I mean, we definitely keep our eye out for them, though. We know what they're about.
All I'm watching for is, did he heal me? Yes or no? Boosted.
You can hear the comms now going after Furious typing. Oh, and like you said, Lahal just finding no value there with his Twilight Dream, unfortunately, and that really punished NMD as of such.
Yeah, the Twilight Dream bought a little bit of time at the start, interrupting the Dragon Blade initiation, but the Divine Shield afterwards just ensures that the final duration of that does do the damage, does get some value. And as a result, we are now starting to find Crimson taking the crux of this game. They've got the level advantage, they've got the structural advantage as well. And for the first time in this game, they've got the core advantage as well.
Oh dear, so Hook's gone out, and this time the target of choice is now Leica.
Ooh, Divine Shooter's pop, buying him a lot of time. Army of the Dead was used as well, and there is the Poison Nova coming across, just logging it, ticking on down. How does Moondruid deal with it? Holy Radiance comes across, but Moondruid is still ticking away. He gets the globe. He regens. He's so low.
He's still low. It's still ticking. There we go. There's the Ultivian has meanwhile popped. Dragonblade looking to find kills. None had. Instead, it's just going to be a 1 kill in favor of Crimson. Look at how low they all are.
Oh, the hook from Panther once again. A lot of cooldowns were burnt on both sides, but this is what really starts to get scary. With this poison damage from the likes of both Lunara and Zul, Ufa's going to have a hard time dealing with that. And if these fights start to scale even further into the game, that's when they're going to start to find their advantages coming to their favor.
So although Physics has been pushing for his team in that lane, he arguably needs to join the team fights. He's gotten that top bell tower, yes, but meanwhile, kills are falling on his team.
Ultivian doing wonders in this backline. He's looking to pick up another kill, and he gets Stitches gone for the double kill. Physics was trying to get a Zhou who is very low, but he cannot seem to find the mints when it counts, and Leica still getting aggressive, zoning out these members, ensuring that they get a double cap on these altars. And that they do. Suddenly, 28 shots to 18, Vanny. This is starting to snowball.
They only got 6 shots because Physics was able to get that top bell tower. That was the saving grace. But it's time for Physics to join the team. I mean, a lot of what's happening here, the reason they're still levels behind is because they're getting kills. They're getting the kill experience.
Every single time Leica jumps into that backline, same with Ultivian. The Gorge comes across and he's going to bring him straight into the cannon firing range. Boom goes the bullets, and Azure has no chance of getting away here. And this is what we're talking about. Poison damage coming across into Moondruid. He cannot sustain this. He's in a devotion form right now. Jesmis, with the adaptation, is sustaining as much as he can. The essence is ticking away. The heals are coming across. Physics is so forced to back away. Jesmis is buying so much time now. Howling Blast comes across as well. But it's not enough. It took so long for 5 members to kill that bug. And that's testament to the hero.
That was way too aggressive on the side of Crimson. It just took that one hook to completely turn the tide of battle. So Penta just showing what it's all about. And this is it. Now that Physics are in the fights, they can finally do a proper 5v5. Experience has now been completely equalized.
Respawn timers aren't high enough to get the full collapse on all 3 bell towers, but they will get a lot of pressure on this map as a result right now, and they're going to be looking to set their sights on the bottom lane, because if you can control the bottom lane, you control the sappers. Those are easy shots at your disposal. But now we've reached the second phase for the game with the triple spawn of the altars, and you can see straight away the core has been made. Keep the pressure up. Let's amplify the shots we can get. Let's push this one down, because those sappers are up in 15 seconds as well.
Team Crimson, they have a lot that they need to deal with currently. There is currently a sapper camp that's looking to escort itself in on that bottom lane, and there are now 3 altars that have spawned. They're going to fire for 5 apiece. They need to make the call. Do they fight for them? Do they want to stop the... They haven't even gotten one, so it's up to this last one. They've traded 2. There's 10 shots plus 3 sapper shots. 13. Shots being fired.
Shots. Wow, that really hurts. And suddenly we're back to even, Steven. So close in this game, Vanny. Back and forth. 15 to 15 out of the 40 for your entire core's health. And as this one progresses on through, this is where it starts to get really scary, because, you know, we saw the game earlier on. you're put in a situation where do you go?
Yeah, it was almost a little bit of indecision. Indecision can kill.
Oh, the phone top lane is punching on, and it is popping off right now. Poison damage across everybody. Like is so low, but the ghouls are just enough to keep him sustained all throughout that poison damage. And Physics gets bodied by the reflect from Ultivian, who's still in the backline looking for more. Hungry for kills, gets the triple kill. Crimson flick it on a switch. They are executing these team fights well. As long as they can keep themselves up in this core health, they are putting on a show.
I mean, Moondruid is working overtime on the healing. The fact that he's got so much poison damage that he is managing to mitigate and no one's dying, that is a true testament on a hero like Uther as well. So, pretty amazing job. But each hero as well has a little bit of, I guess, sustain of their own, whether it be the deflect, whether it be the Army of the Dead, or even adaptation. So, really smart hero choices. You can start to see a little bit of how Crimson drafting coming into their own. The fact that they're not dying to that poison is really punishing NMD in these extended skirmishes.
Yeah, the burst really is all coming out of Greyman. If Greyman can't execute the target, the poison is there, and it's not really able to find the resets or even just the potential to make the fight sway in their favour. But they do get the out-rotation. Let's bring up that point. They did go to the bot lane with Pickup, picking up their own sappers, forces out the rotation as a result of those sappers being able to pressure the core. And because of that, they go straight to the boss. 4 easy shots. Thank you very much.
Like a repeat from the last time that they played this as well. Played it to a T. The fact that that bottom bell tower was needing to be captured back, the moment that they responded to that, they would take the boss. So it's about just pre-positioning themselves for moments like these. NMD, they're just so in control of the map.
Absolutely. I was just going to say, I love the fact that NMD aren't panicking. They're saying, well, we are losing these team fights, but hey, we're still in control of this map. Macro-wise, we are putting on a show. We know what we're doing. And it's always Crimson on the back foot, sort of saying, we have to respond, we have to fight, we have to win.
Because Crimson, they're winning the team fights, but they're unable to capture a bell tower because of it. And that's where I guess a lot of the value is lost. Because this map is really about those bell towers. Leica now, he has to pop Army of the Dead. Divine Dragonblade is now out.
Divine Dragonblade very early on used. It does take out Zul. Odin in the backline looking to try and zone out the other 3 members from NMD as they collapse upon Pentu. Was split from the rest of the team. Benediction looking for the double stun on towards Pentu. Does get collapsed upon by the Howling Blast. Does receive the second stun. And they do get the kill for their efforts. The same story once again. A double kill. Nets them some breathing room to pick up the altars. But still, I mean, Ninja wasn't even there. He's just pushing top lane. All eyes are on his bell tower. That's their focus.
Immediately as that fight was lost, Ninja left the fight and rotated straight to top. Now that Jesmez, though, has... Ninja having to use the leaping strike to get away. That drag had gone. Ooh, Ninja might have been in a bit more of a trickier situation. Always had the leaping strike to fall back on, though.
Well, he's got a good name and he lives by the name. He's definitely not cosplaying that one.
IRL Ninja.
Well, Vandy, very close into this one. 18 kills to 4, but look at the scoreboard. 11 to 11. You'd be looking at this and thinking, how did we ever get to a situation like this? One team focusing on the objective, the other focusing on the team fighting aspect. 18 kills to 4.
Yeah.
19 to 18. 20 is literally on the edge of being picked up, and with that in mind, to say it starts to get really scary if you're an NMD because there's only so much split pushing you can do.
We need Crimson to get 20. That will be their huge power spike. But picking up that Storm talent, arguably one of the best talents in the game. I mean, we always harp on about it. 16, 20, 10. Those are the most influential talents in the game. Deleted.
Lunara just gone. Oh, Pence is so unfortunate not to land the hook there. Would have been able to even things out there. They do get the bell tower in mid lane. They do utilise the level 20 advantage. Physics only now coming in for the rotation. But that top lane is still being pressured quite far against them, so they still have some win conditions of their own. Oh, unlucky the hook once again does not collapse, and you can see Penta starting to get a bit frustrated by that.
Crimson finally get rewarded for their kills. They were able to take down a bell tower. That's exactly what they wanted. With this altar, with these 2 altars, they can get a 10 shots off, and that's going to put Team NMD only on 1. That's like a boss. That's like an escorted sapper camp. That's huge.
Yeah, NMD are just going to say, we have to take it. What they are going to do is try and rush through and get mid. They're trying to get mid if they can. It wasn't quick enough, I don't believe.
No, I don't think it was. Let's see. Yep, 1 shot. So it was just a sliver away.
So what are your win conditions? You've got the sappers, you've got the boss, which is up in 2 minutes, and you've got the next set of altars themselves. So, I mean, this is almost like a checkmate situation like we saw on the game before with Battlefield of Eternity. You've got so limited options. You've really got to play this one perfectly to sort of ensure your success in this game.
You're in a very, very healthy situation. Although Ninja was top, looking to maybe take down that cheeky bell tower, he realizes that, no, he cancelled the recall, or he got interrupted by a minion. He needs to join his team.
He does need to join his team because those sappers are coming on through. They are going to go onto this bell tower itself directly, but Quenz has already been burnt out. And Ultivian in the backline is going to receive... No, he's not! He's not going to get the Divine Shield. He's being brought straight into cannon fire range. Divine Shield will be there. Swift Strike gets himself out, but this is a suddenly dangerous situation for them. They are very low. NMD can look to re-engage on this one. That's exactly what they're going to do. Hiccup leads the charge. He gets dragged upon, but the damage is coming across. Poison Over could not be used. Ufa has gone, but it is looking great for NMD right now. And with the respawn time of Vandy being this long, this is looking like NMD might be able to try and even things out.
NMD, they're going for it. They're looking for it. They're so low. With Moondruid now only coming back, it's not going to be enough, even with the bell tower. Ninja, picking up the last kill there. So a lot of what just happened was the sappers really were used on taking the bell tower themselves. They just couldn't escort any into actually finishing the game, and they paid for it with their lives.
This is rough right now. Okay, the sappers will be up in 15 seconds and 30 respectively, but they can get a full collapse on all of these bell towers. They can collapse on bot.
Oh, and an altar?
Oh no.
Altar and boss is up as well. Now boss is up. This could be it. NMD could close the game if they play their cards right.
Okay, so they're going to go for the sappers.
Get that pressure going in, cap the altar, and then probably rotate onto boss.
Top lane is still pushing. So passively, the minions should actually be able to get that as well. Depends how sweaty they want to play this one. I wouldn't take the risk personally.
Oh, they need to stop that altar. But their timers are still too long.
5 shots
They
are going
can't
to be
take the altar.
well.
They've gone the long way as well. They didn't take the Waygate entrance. They're a bit scared that they get collapsed.
They're going to keep them distracted in the bot lane with the sappers. They can collapse on mid. Oh, they're going to go for the...
Oh, no.
Oh, the root comes out, but actually the Gorge is there. This is actually kind of bad. It does not... Oh, no, the Twilight. Wow, the Divine Shield does come out. I am so confused with what's going on right now. Everything is just popping off and Odin in the backline with the big red button jumping on down. This is Jesmis's time to shine. He comes on through, dig and drag. Bam goes the damage, and Greymane is deleted off the map, and Zul amongst 5 members hacking and slashing his way to victory. But is it enough? The boss is available, and suddenly
Oh my
what
goodness.
looks so good looks so bad.
I don't know, but they'll contest boss, surely. They're still alive. This is their chance. This is so close, Kimmy's going to be do or die in this boss. Ninja coming in on the flank now.
Uh-oh. And he's got no point. Penta, can he live? No, it's gone off! The shots have gone off!
There we go.
Gee.
Oh my goodness. I'm on the edge of my seat after that. If anyone was asleep, surely they're awake by now. That was insane to watch. That tug of war was so close.
Ah, man, I think NMD had so many different options thinking we can do this, we can do that. In the end, it kind of put them into a bit of a paralyzing situation where they have so many different ways they can try and win. The math and the sort of shot calling must have been quite conflicted because I say they went for the mid. They couldn't get that bell tower. They then went for the hook, which looked so promising. But then the combo wasn't there. And, the Divine Shield, really so much testament to Moondruid to make sure that he didn't die.
I think the Gorge really worked against them because after the hook, we saw Lahal put out Entangling Roots.
Yep.
But then the fact that the Gorge went off and then we saw Penta just being like, shit, I actually want him to be rooted so we can kill him. And that really just bought enough time. Moondruid was just... That was an MVP moment. I know we're not doing MVPs yet, but that was an MVP moment. The fact that that Divine Shield connected long enough for Ultivian to bail the heck out of it and then come back in later with the Dragon Blade, insane. Really turned the tides right there. Really swapped the tempo.
We have now really got a series on our hand with the series once again tying up here at 1 apiece. The next map will do it. It looks like NMD want the first pick. We're just waiting for confirmation from Crimson as to what map they want. So as we wait, so will you guys. So stick around. We're going to jump to a quick break once again, but stay tuned for more ANZ Heroes of the Storm.